Good morning, YouTube. I'm back at you with another video today, but a fast little update. We are no longer at my uncle/grandma's old house. We have moved and we are in the apartments now. Anyways, in this video I'm going to show you guys my rack and rear hoop setup. I promised you guys an install vid, but you know how my life is. It's always a rush and everything's in a hurry, and I don't do anything to code, just always in a hurry to get things done. So I just went through and did it, and didn't record because I didn't really have the time to take the extra steps to turn a camera on. Anyways, here it is. So it's obviously a Spyder Industries rack with some custom tattered flags, 3-color, red, white, and blue, with a small mouth on this side, a large mouth on that side engraved into the flag. Got the honeycomb background, grab handles, lumber stops, custom extended so that my it'll butt up against more than half of my rod tubes. Custom ram box bed rails with the Denali logo, Denali rods there, up in the brake light opening, got Denali rods logo. You step back, it says Denali on that side, rods on that side with the logos. I got some 10-inch slim LED bars in both sides. I just need to wire those up. I'm going to wire those to one circuit and then have it to a switch on the inside, which I'll show you guys eventually. Got a rear hoop, custom, as far as they usually don't come with grab handles, and they usually aren't this tall. They usually go like 3/4 height, so they're probably like 4 inches shorter or 5 inches shorter, or even up to like 10 inches shorter where it's only like this tall. Anyways, I made them full height so that my rod tubes will sit level. Right now they're not level because I wanted the rear hoop to be an inch shorter so that when I throw my kayak up top, I don't have issues on top of my truck with the kayak hitting it. So it'll sit kind of like this. But I'm gonna make rod tube holders that go both in here and there on both sides, this side and that side, and then it'll ride level, and then it'll be a bolt-in application instead of the mounting hardware it came with, which is super ugly, sketchy, and hard to use. And then I don't even have all the U-bolts right now because I have some at work and some got lost in the move. So I got the back bungeed down. I mean, it's not going anywhere, but that's just a temporary thing until I can get the until I can get my my rod tube mounts fabricated up so that it's, you know, in the works. It's in the works right now. It's a full custom thing that I designed myself. It's fully designed for my rod tubes, but it might go into Spyder's line. So if you say you have something similar to this, or even you just carry conduit, you can throw that in the cart with it, and then you'll have your own, and it'll just be a bolt-in 5/8 bolt application. And also with my custom hoop here, they usually don't have the hooks, I don't think, so I had that thrown into it. But yeah, guys, I'm just trying to touch all bases real quick before I go back up into the apartment. But that should be it. So I have a ram box, so they had to be special bed rails so that I can still open both of these. So this is a lot shorter. Usually they come like to here or something because normal trucks don't have this opening. So there's a track system here, and that's what the ram box uses to install bed rails. So if you see on that side, there's 2 bolts and then 2 bolts, and obviously 2 on this side as well. They just bolt in, and you have this piece that bolts to it, the rack, or not the rack, well, it bolts to the rack, but also it just bolts to the track as kind of like a stud, as you could say, and then it bolts to the rack right here. And then on this side you got the actual bed rail itself that has a bolt that comes up through in there that you bolt through, and there's gonna be one right there. At the moment I don't have long enough bolts because my track system was different than all the other ram boxes that the owner of Spyder, Josh, used to design these things. Mine was designed for a tonneau cover, so it has a lip right here. Usually they don't have that. So as you can see right here and down there and on the other sides as well, I had to notch that out so that I could use this mounting system instead of completely going back to the drawing board and designing my own specifically for my truck. Could have done that, but I was tired of waiting, so I just notched it out. It's no big deal. It's aluminum. I just took a cutoff wheel, measured, cut, measured, cut, measured, cut. That side's a little longer. I don't know what happened, but it's no big deal. And then I just hit it with some touch-up paint, bam. The bolts that go through here, you have to drill through, so I need some touch-up paint to get in there so that my truck doesn't rust. And then I'd say at the last minute the fab guys got a little lazy and just threw it together real quick because the holes that these bolts go through were too tight, and I had to walder them out like big time to get these bolts to line up properly to mount my hoop. So I need some touch-up paint for that, maybe some on the rack itself, maybe even their hoop up top as well from the rod tubes, mounting them with these sketchy little deals here because they clanked back and forth, 2 they rubbed back and forth, and 3 the drill got real close and probably rubbed on it a little bit and probably scuffed the powder coat. It just needs to be touched up with some touch-up paint and it'll be all good. I just don't want it to rust. See, like right here, just need some touch-up paint before it rains and be all good. Also, I have custom bed rails for my hoop too, has the Denali logo on both sides. And yeah guys, so now I got my rod tubes up top. My fishing battle wagon is just about done. Once I get my mounts, obviously I'll mount them, and my tubes on both sides will sit flush against these lumber stops. It doesn't up top there because right here's an angle, as you can see, and then this wouldn't come all the way. I couldn't come all the way across because this would hit the angle. So right now it's just temporary, just to obviously get it on my truck and get it out of my uncle's house. I got them thrown up top, and then yeah, I bought some locks, so I'll turn these where they open, where this thing right here on both sides will be facing in and they open outward, and then the lock will dangle straight down where it's not hitting my rack, not hitting anything behind me, in front of me. And then yeah, be able to store my rods in. I mean, I could right now, but obviously I'm gonna wait till it's fully mounted and solid, and then it'll be good, it'll be done, and then move on to steps. Actually, I'll move on to wiring my lights, and then I'll get some steps, and then probably take a break on spending so much money on my vehicle and focus on some family stuff. That'd probably be smart. Anyways, tried to make this video short and quick. Like I said, I wanted to do an install, but I ran into so many issues. Wait, real quick. One of the other issues I had was my track is usually an inch, or actually 3/4 of an inch, and then like wide. So when you stick that stud in there, or maybe it's an inch, I don't know, I think it's usually an inch. Stick that stud in there, and since it's just thin enough to get in, say you were to twist this, it would hit the channel and wouldn't spin. But mine is 1 1/8", I believe is what it was. So I would stick those in and go to tighten, and the bolt would just spin. So I had to have the fabricator weld custom notches. I don't know if you can see in there, but like 1/4 inch on each side, like right here and right here, you know, just so that when it spin it would hit and stop. Another custom thing I had to do. So there's all these little freaking things that I had to get done just to mount my rack. So filming it would have been a mess anyway. So yeah guys, that about does it for my rack. Sorry I didn't do the install video, I just explained why. Other than the touch-up paint and a couple bolts, it'll be done. And I also got to get a sticker right here that says Spyder. But like I said, right here on both sides has a bolt, and usually it goes right into your track system. But my track system is different, like I said again, so I need a bolt that will go all the way through and out to the bottom of my track system, and then it'll be bolted down to my truck right here and in the back corner over here. So right now, I mean, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. It's not really going anywhere, but it's got a little wiggle to it. Once I get that down, I'll crank it down super tight, and then it ain't gonna wiggle at all. And just one less thing to worry about. Anyways, you guys, thanks for watching this video. Please hit like and subscribe, share if you feel the need. This is my Spyder Industries rack, rear hoop, and custom rod mount. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Hopefully I'll have my lights on. Who knows, maybe I'll be fishing, or maybe I'll be putting some steps on. Who knows, guess we'll wait and see. Catch you later.